Speaking section. The speaking section tests your ability to communicate in English in an academic setting. During the test, you will be presented with 4 speaking questions. The questions ask for a response to a single question, a talk, or a lecture. The prompts and questions are presented on time. You may take notes as you listen, but notes are not graded. You may use your notes to answer the questions. Some of the questions ask for a response to a reading passage and a talk or a lecture. The reading passages and the questions are written, but the directions will be spoken. Your speaking will be evaluated on both the fluency of the language and the accuracy of the content. You will have 15 to 20 seconds to prepare and 45 to 60 seconds to respond to each question. Typically, a good response will require all of the response time and the answer will be complete by the end of the response time. You will have about 17 minutes to complete the speaking section. A clock on the screen will show you how much time you have to prepare each of your answers and how much time you have to record each response.
You will now be asked a question about a familiar topic. After you hear the question, you will have 15 seconds to plan your response and 45 seconds to speak.
Do you agree or disagree that people are less happy with their lives now than they were in the past due to the quick rate of global change?
You will now read a short passage and then listen to a conversation on the same topic. You will then be asked a question about the passages. After you hear the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. You have 45 seconds to read the passage below.
Listen to 2 students discussing this article.
Have you heard about the changes to the University Film Library Access Program? I think it's a great initiative.
Really? I'm not so sure. What makes you think it's a positive change?
Well, first of all, the current system has its limitations. It can be quite restrictive, especially for students who need to access specific films for their research or projects. With the proposed changes, we would have more flexibility to explore and utilize the resources available.
I understand your point, but I still have concerns. At my previous university, they implemented similar changes, and it led to overcrowding and limited availability of popular films. It became challenging to access the materials we needed on time.
That's a valid concern, but I believe the university has considered those issues. They mentioned aligning the access program with modern technological advancements, which could potentially improve the efficiency of borrowing and returning films. Additionally, they aim to create a more inclusive learning environment by ensuring equal access for all students.
I see your perspective now. If the implementation addresses the potential challenges you mentioned, it could indeed be a positive change. I guess we'll have to wait and see how it unfolds.
The woman expresses her opinion about the proposal described in the letter. Briefly summarize the proposal. Then state her opinion about the proposal and explain the reasons she gives for holding that opinion.
You will now read a short passage and then listen to a lecture on the same topic. You will then be asked a question about the passage. After you hear the question, you have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. You have 45 seconds to read the passage below. You may begin reading now.
Now listen to part of a lecture in a personal finance class. Today, we will be discussing the concept of money sorting and how it plays a vital role in managing our finances effectively. Money sorting involves a systematic approach to categorizing and organizing our financial resources. Let's consider an example to illustrate this concept. Imagine you receive your monthly income, which includes your salary, freelance earnings, and any other sources of income. The first step in money sorting is to allocate a portion of your income towards essential expenses such as rent, utilities, and groceries. This ensures that your basic needs are met. Next, you can categorize a portion of your income as discretionary spending. This includes expenses on entertainment, dining out, and other non-essential items. By allocating a specific amount for discretionary spending, you can enjoy your money guilt-free while still maintaining control. Lastly, it's crucial to set aside a portion of your income for savings and investment purposes. This can be directed towards an emergency fund, retirement savings, or other financial goals. By prioritizing savings, you can build a financial safety net and work towards long-term financial growth.
Explain how the example from the professor's lecture illustrates the concept of money sorting.
You will now listen to part of a lecture. You will then be asked a question about it. After you hear the question, you will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak.
Listen to part of a lecture in a biology class.
Today, we will be discussing how special body features have helped Arctic animals adapt to the cold. There are two primary strategies that Arctic animals employ to survive in such harsh conditions. Let's explore these strategies with some examples. The first strategy is insulation. Arctic animals have developed specialized fur or feathers that act as excellent insulators, trapping a layer of air close to their bodies. This layer of air acts as an effective barrier against the cold temperatures, preventing heat loss. For instance, the polar bear possesses a thick layer of fat beneath its fur, providing both insulation and buoyancy when swimming in icy waters. The second strategy is reducing heat loss. Arctic animals have evolved body features that minimize heat loss to the surrounding environment. One remarkable example is the small, rounded ears of the Arctic fox. Unlike its larger-eared relatives in warmer regions, the Arctic fox has reduced surface area for heat loss. Additionally, animals like the muskox have a dense undercoat that traps warm air close to their bodies, helping them retain heat.
Using the examples of the polar bear and the Arctic fox from the lecture, explain 2 ways that special body features have helped Arctic animals adapt to the cold.